Today we will continue our adventures in London, a unique city that has marked and continues to write history. Yesterday, we visited Soho, Piccadilly Circus. We explored Mayfair, Park Lane, and Covent Garden. We also enjoyed a concert at the O2 Arena. Today, we will visit St. Paul's Cathedral, stroll through the Shakespeare's Globe area and Borough Market, and walk over the Millennium Bridge, among other tours. Join us! We started our second day in London with a brunch at Restaurant 34 Mayfair, located just off Grosvenor Square. Its decoration combines an Edwardian English style with Art Deco shine in a very cozy, elegant, and relaxed place. The kitchen features a custom-built charcoal grill imported from Argentina, where beef, seasonal game, fish, and seafood are the main attraction. The weekend brunch was the best way to start the day, succulent and very well executed. Industry experts have recognized the bar of 34 Mayfair. Therefore, we decided to follow the bartender's recommendations, who told us it is gin o'clock. He prepared for us
a royal gin and tonic for Her Majesty.
A royal gin and tonic made with Monkey 47, a dry gin made under traditional German distillation methods, a juniper fusion with aromatic blends of 47 different botanicals for a unique gin experience, which have obtained international recognition and awards. He also prepared us another cocktail made with the Alchemist gin by Mr. Cooper Head, another European gin made in Belgium, smooth, sweet, and full of citrus flavor. An infusion of only 5 botanical ingredients that make juniper shine. The bottle is gorgeous. It would stand out in any bar. Cooperhead uses just 5 botanicals, far less than most gins. Experts have recognized it as the best in the London Dry category, or dry gin, a classification that, unlike a regular gin, has no artificial flavors or sweeteners added after distillation. The flavors are natural from botanical ingredients. After an excellent brunch, we visit St. Paul's Cathedral, an Anglican cathedral, house of the diocese and the Bishop of London, belonging to the so-called Church of England. It is one of the most famous and recognizable places in London. Its dome has graced the sky city line for more than 300 years, and it is among the largest domes in the world. It is the second largest cathedral in England after Liverpool. It occupies a special place in the English national identity, as very important events in British history had been celebrated here, such as the funerals of Winston Churchill and Margaret Thatcher, the peace services at the end of World Wars, and the wedding of Prince Charles to Diana of Wales, among other important historical moments. As we left the cathedral and headed towards the Millennium Bridge, we saw 9 giant whens, a temporary installation about the premiere of the film of Harry Potter and the Fantastic Animals. Many Harry Potter fans and dozens of travelers and tourists admired this temporary exhibition in front of St. Paul's Cathedral. We walked through the Millennium Bridge, a lateral suspension bridge built over the River Thames. Some know it as the Wobbly Bridge, since during its inauguration, while more than 80,000 people crossed the bridge, instability was felt when it began to swing and twist in oscillations. Although there was no chance that the bridge would collapse, the engineers subsequently fixed the problem with 2 different types of shock absorbers. There are about 400 small works of art on the surface of the bridge. The product of the work of the artist Ben Wilson, known as the Chewing Gum Man. They are tiny masterpieces painted on the gum that pedestrians drop as they pass through the bridge. The ingenious artist uses acrylic paint layers to achieve bright and colorful realistic London scenes and strange creatures.
Ese es el puente que cruzamos y ahí está la catedral, ¿ves? Qué bello es.
After crossing this modern bridge, we arrived at Shakespeare's Globe, a reconstruction of the old Globe Theatre, the theatre for which William Shakespeare wrote his plays. The original building was built in 1599, destroyed by fire in 1613, rebuilt and later demolished. The current theater is an academic approach based on the available evidence of the original building. It is considered quite realistic, although, given the safety requirements. The current capacity is 1,400 spectators compared to 3,000 in the original theater. It was built entirely using English oak, just like the original 16th century building, and no structural steel was used. The seats are simply benches, and it has the first and only thatched roof allowed in London since the Great Fire of 1666. It was designed to duplicate the original setting of Shakespeare's performances, when there were no spotlights, microphones, speakers, or amplifiers. All the music was performed live with instruments of the time. Actors and audiences could easily interact with each other, allowing for a shared community experience. In some seasons, they tried adding temporary lighting and sound platforms. However, they returned to the original Globe's conditions. We walked to the Borough Market, the oldest food market in London, which has been operating in that place for over 1,000 years. It is a dynamic and constantly changing commercial area, offering products directly from producers, artisans, farmers, fishermen, bakers, and other traders who have built the reputation of the market and who bear the responsibility of passing the market on to the next generations by adapting to changes, including today offering its products over the internet. There are traditional British products accompanied by regional specialties from around the world. Borough Market is a must for lovers of good food, chefs, and gastronomic writers, a paradise of delicious and affordable meals. After a few drinks by the market, we walked to the GoldenHint. Today, a museum that in the past was a galleon captained by Francis Drake in 1577 circumnavigation of the world. On the banks of the River Thames, there is an original-sized replica of this 16th century galleon. Queen Elizabeth I sponsored Sir Francis Drake as the leader of this expedition to America, with official approval to benefit himself and the Queen and cause maximum harm to the Spanish. This finally culminated in the Anglo-Spanish War. In 1579, in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Ecuador, this galleon challenged and captured the Spanish galleon called Nuestra Señora de la Concepción, which had the most significant treasure capture up to that date. It took 6 days to transship tons of silver, gold, porcelain, jewelry, coins, and trinkets, equivalent to around $650 million today, enough to pay off all of the British public debt at the time. When the GoldenHint returned to England, it was unloaded under the Queen's Guard's supervision. Elizabeth herself came on board, requesting that it be permanently displayed as the first museum ship. The current replica on the River Thames, it is open to the public, offering many educational programs. It can also be rented for children parties, weddings, corporate or private events, photo shoot or films. The historical moment that frames this museum ship was evident in the Netflix series The Reign, when Queen Elizabeth of England, the eternal rival of her cousin, Mary the Catholic of Scotland, asked Sir Francis Drake's cousin to travel around the world in this epic expedition. I had just finished watching Chapter 8 of the 4th season of The Reign, entitled Unknown Waters.
Go discover new sources of wealth and claim them on behalf of your country. I want to be remembered as the Queen who made England powerful.
And it seemed incredible to come across that story in front of me a couple of days later, walking through London. Then we crossed the Thames River, walking on the London Bridge, a bridge inaugurated in 1973. By walking across the London Bridge, you can see the HMS Belfast, a significant Royal Navy warship and survivor of World War II, which served in the Arctic convoys of the Korean War. Currently, it works as a museum. You will also enjoy wonderful views of the Tower Bridge, a suspension and bascular bridge considered one of the most famous symbols of London. It consists of two towers joined on the upper level by two horizontal walkways and a platform for both vehicles and pedestrians. The bridge was completed in 1894. Between its towers, there are a pair of glass-covered walkways that are very popular with tourists. This bridge has also been the scene of many cultural expressions. I just remember it in this scene from Bridget Jones' Diary film. After crossing the bridge, we observed the monument to the Great Fire of London, a Doric column located where the Great Fire of London started in 1666. Its 61 meters high correspond to the distance to the bakery, where a Sunday night started a fire that spread rapidly throughout most of the city until Tuesday, destroying St. Pauls Cathedral in its wake. There is another monument called the Golden Boy of Pie Corner, which marks the place where this terrible fire ended. After an enriching walk, both because of the recreation and cultural along the way, we arrived at the Ned, a 5-star hotel operating in the former headquarters of Midland Bank, the largest bank and clearinghouse in the world at the time. The Ned features 9 exclusive restaurants and bars, and highly exclusive membership club. In the original Midland Bank safe, today operates the bar and lounge, The Vault, which is reserved for members only, serving drinks and Italian food, DJ, live music, and exclusive events, but only for the privileged members. That night, we had dinner in the hall of the hotel, an open space with a pleasant atmosphere, with live music and very busy, where several restaurants operate. We chose to have Italian food for dinner at Cecconi's, where we enjoy a delicious casual meal. I still remember the plate of meatballs that was delicious, the crab ravioli, and the vitello tonato, or veal, with tuna cream, which was my favorite of the night. Dear WineTubers, I hope you enjoyed this day in London as much as I did. London is a unique city with countless attractions and activities. In the coming episodes, I will share other fascinating tours in this beautiful city. If you like the video, share it with everyone by pressing like, and please don't forget to subscribe. It's free and helps support the channel so that we can continue enjoying this digital adventure with all of you. Thank you for wine tubing with us around the world. Cheers and salud!